Guys, another one of those stories has happened that you think, God, what would you do if that was me? This couple, wife has gone into labour. They're on the way to the hospital. They knew they weren't going to make it. So they pulled over into a police station.
Smart.
Thinking they'll be able to help. They pulled over. These two police officers drove back in after doing their morning shift around 9:20 in the morning.
They'd be tired.
They got flagged down. They ran over and said what's going on, and the baby boy was born in the car park at the Deception Bay police station.
Wow.
That happens a lot,
Within,
doesn't it?
It really happens a lot.
they called 000. The police officer called 000.
Are you serious?
Yep. They called 000 and got someone on the phone to explain what to do.
Towels.
And
Hot water.
Yeah.
well, Constable Stagner delivered the baby.
On your
within
staggers.
5 minutes, a brand new baby was born. They found a towel in the back of the car and wrapped the baby up, which is what they were told to do. And then the paramedics arrived.
Question.
Hang on.
When do you cut the cord?
Afterwards. So the cord would still be attached.
So-
What they'd normally do in that situation
Yes.
in the police car park is they'd give the baby to mum. Mum would be nursing the baby. They'd keep the cord
Attached.
while they get to the hospital.
Oh.
I've had to cut the cord 3 times.
Really?
What do you
Thrill
mean?
wears off after the second.
Okay.
Is it tough? Is it tough to get through?
It is.
You
Is
can't say
It's
I
like-
had to cut the cord 3 times.
It's in honour.
You've got to cut the
Yeah.
cord.
Yeah. It's like a tough bit of lamb backstrap.
Oh dear.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they clamp it.
I don't.
They
Yeah, no,
clamp it
that's
either
all right.
side.
That's all right.
They clamp it either
Yeah.
side.
And then
And I thought it'd be like cutting a ribbon to a post
like just
office. It's open.
straight
But it's
over.
not.
Like
You got to
a man.
like, you know.
oh, really?
Yeah,
It's
like
not
on the
one-
second one, I was
So
like,
it's not one snip.
no, you got to really give it a
They
good.
need to sharpen the scissors.
Well, that's what I thought. I'm getting a lot of Instagram ads for knife sharpening at the moment. I'm like, Doctor, I think we need to get.
Yeah,
those.
get the knife van around.
How's this?
No, I know a lady who gave birth and she delivered the baby herself.
What? Straight out of the?
Like pulled it out and up.
Oh yeah,
Really? Like
you got to be
Apparently,
careful.
you can do that.
The second and the third come along real quick.
really?
Yeah.
Like
as-
a water slide.
Like
I
a
don't
slippery
think so.
slope.
I don't think you can say that because I'm sure it didn't feel that quick for the women
No, good point.
delivering the babies.
Mate of ours learnt the hard way on the weekend.
At the weekend.
Yeah, I went round to my mate's place in Stenath, have a few beers, watch the footy on Friday night after the Mother's Day lunch.
Yep.
Have they had another baby?
See, Lou, you can clean the
No, no,
dishes
no.
and put the kids to bed on Mother's Day. I'm
No,
off to
excuse
watch
me.
the footy.
I had done all
Yeah.
that, thank you.
Okay.
I rocked up and his brother was there. They're about to have a baby. And I'm like, hey, you're here? And he's like, yeah, we're a couple of weeks off. Sort of my last hurrah, a couple of beers tonight, watch the footy. Last hurrah. And then on Saturday night, which we're a bit dusty after watching the footy,
Uh-oh. Baby came early.
Oh wow.
Show me.
his Saturday afternoon was...
What is that?
That's water birth, baby.
Oh,
His
it's a
lovely
water
missus.
birth.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, congratulations. Did they have a
They had a little
safely
baby.
delivered baby?
Safely delivered baby.
Oh, what'd they have?
A little baby. Betty,
Betty.
no, I said Betty wouldn't have sat up late watching the footy if he knew that was happening the
No.
next day.
My friend was at the
But
footy
congratulations to them.
when his wife went into labour early. And
What quarter?
I don't know. But he'd been at like a long lunch at the footy. And he had to get a taxi to go and pick her up and take her to the hospital. We couldn't drive.
Well,
Imagine being in an Uber. I'm adding a pickup stop. You know, you can add
Imagine that,
the
yeah.
And then we're going to Epworth Maternity.
What about a water birth with a hangy?
What's a
With
hangy?
A
Oh,
hangover.
the hanger. Oh, before it all
I'd be like,
goes.
can I get in and have a bath too?
Oh, you don't want to get in after.
No, before.
Yeah, before. I'll do a lap before, but I'm not getting in after.
No.
No.
How do you get the water out of those inflatable baths?
There must be a hose out to the.
Good
Because
question.
people do it in their living room and stuff.
That's
in
where
their-
they
What
were.
do you
They
mean?
had it in their home.
In the living room.
Yeah, they in the living
rumpus
room. Yeah.
How,
I
do,
guess
how do they get the water out of the bath?
Well, I guess you run
Bucket
a
job. It's
you
a
run,
bucket
no,
job.
it'd be a hose out to the driveway.
A hose? What, and you suck the other
No.
end to try and get it running?
Yeah, like with the fuel.
Like with the fuel? No.
Got to watch you not get
How
some
do they
placenta.
get a full?
Yeah, they bucket it out.
They're not bucketing it
Yeah,
out.
they are.
There would be a
They
drainage
just
hose.
chuck it down the kitchen sink.
No, it'd be down the driveway because you'd
You
know
reckon?
if your neighbours have just had a water birth. That's it. 13, 24,
Oh
10.
my God, this has gone pear-shaped. Happy Mother's Day.
Can I ask to wrap up the show?
What? What are you asking?
13, 24,
No, wait,
10.
ask me if you can ask it first.
Okay, hang on. I'll turn off the mics and
We talking
hang on
water
here.
births?
I want to ask.
Oh, yeah, that's
Is that all right?
acceptable,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. How does the water... No. 13, 20...
I would like to know where the
if you've
water
had a
goes.
water birth, 13, 24, 10 as well.
Okay.
Two topic
How did-
Monday.
Topic Monday.
All right.
How did you empty the spa?
Topic Monday.
The
How did you
inflatable
empty the inflatable pool? Or where did you have the baby?
Yeah.
Where'd you
and,
give
and
birth?
like and not hospitals, not hot tubs. Like if it happened somewhere random.
Like, yeah.
13,
Like at the police station.
Exactly. 13, 24, 10. Where'd you have the baby? Or how did you clear the hot tub? We're talking babies this morning. Where did you have yours? So baby was born in the car park of a police station. I feel like this happens a lot, hey?
Not in a police station, but these people were smart and they thought it's coming, so let's just get to the closest emergency service.
I've had a mate of mine, John and Crystal, drive down the tram tracks to get to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And just, after all the craziness we've had in Melbourne, sometimes
Scary.
people so the cops saw them and then all of a sudden they're in a police pursuit.
Yeah.
The cops are like, lights are on, they're chasing
And
them.
did the police put them in the car and take
Well,
them
they
to the
pulled up
hospital?
and they're like, what are you doing? They're like, she's having a baby. And then they got the full police escort.
police
that's
escort,
good.
great.
Isn't that
Strong.
solid?
Well, because it can be so dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
For mother and baby.
Yeah. 13, 24, 10. So we want to know where'd you have the baby. We also want to know what happens to the water.
Yeah.
Well, if you do an
have you had a
inflatable
water
spa
birth?
in your living room and like the blow-up pools for a water birth, how do you get the water out of the blow-up pool once it's in the living room?
Natalie's going to tell us. Good morning.
Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Have you,
We're
had
good.
you had a water birth?
I did, yeah.
At home?
Oh.
At home, in the living room.
Okay, a
And
couple
so
of
then
questions.
how do you get-
hang on, before
Oh,
we get to the water.
Was it a shell bath
Is
or was it a...
No.
No.
Is it pretty much like those inflatable hot tubs?
Like, do you go to Clark
Yeah.
Rubber and get it, or is it like a special one?
No, the private midwife had it, her own one that you
Yeah.
hire.
Yeah.
Very comfy, very big.
Yeah.
I had my daughter in with me, my husband.
Oh, it's a family
You're
job.
all in the spa.
The whole family were in there with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how
Right.
long are they in there for? The whole situation?
Oh, no, just towards the end.
Okay.
Right.
And then how do you get, so this is my question, how do you get the water out of the spa in the living room?
It's a bucket job, surely.
Nah, with a hose straight out to the garden.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah,
So the
right.
neighbours would know.
Just
Yeah.
straight
So
out
they
the
do the
veggie,
reverse,
the veggie
the
patch.
reverse
Garden.
hose.
Yeah, reverse hose.
Well, there you go. What did you have, Natalie, little boy or girl?
I had a little girl.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
is the, did you have
Oh, this was
your
like 2 years ago now.
did you have your firstborn in the bath as well?
No, I had her at the hospital.
Oh, which
but
was
I
the
was in
more-
the bath most of the time.
Which was a more pleasurable experience?
home birth, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, people
Because
say
you
that.
can do, some of the maternity wards have the baths you can do,
Oh.
but
Yeah,
you're in the
there was-
hospital.
There was one at ours. The bath was there.
Did you get in it while
Yeah,
Luke
I
gave
thought
birth?
about
He was
having-
just sitting there eating a Magnum in the bathtub, having a soap.
Big boy in the bath.
While Lou's doing all the hard work.
No, I
I'll
wasn't.
just be over here with the rubber duckies and the bubble bath towel.
Wow. Can you keep...
I'm trying to watch a movie in the
congratulations,
bar.
Natalie.
Yeah,
well
congratulations, Natalie. 13 24 10 is our number.
Now I've answered that one. Where
Now-
did you give birth,
yeah,
Melbourne?
yeah. Let's close the lid
Oh, what?
on the bath water.
The lid?
Oh, like, on that topic.
Okay.
13
I reckon
24
Lauren would be a
10.
water birth girl.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my.
Let's go to Geelong. Kylie, where did you have your baby?
Kingsway off ramp.
The Kingsway off ramp. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I
I
should have
thought you
laughed,
said
but-
somewhere in France.
Which escort? Which exit?
Off
Kingsway.
Right,
Yeah.
just as
Kings.
you.
way off ramp. Were you in the car?
Yes.
Imagine the traffic report. There seems to be a pile up on the
Yeah,
Kingsway
it was,
off ramp. A lady is giving birth right
What,
now.
what time of day?
It was just before 9 a.m. on a Friday morning.
Oh,
Oh.
gosh, Kylie. And were you on the way to the hospital?
Yes, it was. Just made it over the West Gate and said to my husband, I have to push.
Yeah, it's coming. You just knew it
Yeah.
was coming. And was
Yeah.
everything okay?
The Westgate will get you.
Yeah, thankfully it was. The cord was around his neck, but the
Oh.
ambulance were amazing. And
Oh, so
talked
the
my
ambos
husband
got
through
there.
So where do you
it. No, on the phone.
where do you put yourself in the back seat?
Front seat.
Oh, the
Legs,
front seat.
Legs up. Yep.
Oh.
On the dash.
Legs
Normally I
on the
get up
dash.
I get up the kids all the time. They put their feet on the dash, but
Oh,
I'd
no,
allow
you
that.
Can't. No,
Oh, my gosh, Kylie. Did you end up on the news?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I'm on Today's Show at the time.
Oh, you did the full
We're going back
media
a while
round.
ago, Yeah.
They'll
Oh, my
fill
God.
that
What's your
show
little
with
love
baby?
those
What's your little
stories.
baby's name?
He's not little anymore. He's 13 now. His name's Michael.
Michael.
But he loves
Does
when you
Michael
roll this
love the
story
story?
out. Yeah.
Is he proud of the story, or is he like, Mum?
Yeah, don't talk about it, Mum. That's
Yeah.
gross.
That's legendary. Mums are amazing. Good on you, Kylie.
Also,
Like,
the ambos
that's
that just
a
coach you
lot.
through it over the phone. You know what I mean?
Those people are amazing also.
God.
Goodness me.
13 24 10 is our number. Amy, your sister had a baby somewhere random?
Yes. She was out for my brother-in-law's 30th birthday. Went home from the restaurant feeling just nauseous. Her best friend followed her, and within 10 minutes, she was in the hotel room giving birth on the bed, and her best friend delivered the baby.
Oh, my gosh. Sometimes they just come really quickly.
Sorry, she knew she was pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because you know those stories about people who don't know that. Yeah,
They go to the
freak
toilet
me
and
out.
baby just apparently
In
falls
the
out.
hotel bed, you'd be putting little make up my room thing up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do
And then
not
they go,
disturb.
she was in the news, and then they go every year for her birthday.
To the
To the
hotel room.
hotel.
To the hotels. They have a buffet. And every year they go back.
Come on,
Yeah.
back we
That
go.
is amazing. That's
We're having
funny.
the buffet to celebrate. How good.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Stacey.
But also terribly stressful.
Oh, yeah, at the time. Absolutely. You got
All right,
check out
Stace.
at 11 o'clock. They're ruthless on that.
Where do you... Surely you get a late checkout. That
Why do some
Absolutely.
do 10 and some do 11? I just want
Also,
uniform.
I'm sorry. We've got to be able to check in earlier than 3. Half the day's done.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, or you should pay
3
a half
o'clock's
rate.
ridiculous.
it
So
is.
2 o'clock's ridiculous as
Because
well, but
you
I'm
know
happy
what?
with 2.
When you check in at 3 and then you've got to be out by 11, you're not
It's-
even getting 24
No.
hours.
No, give me.
You're telling me you need 4 hours to clean up the room? I mean, maybe if her sister's just used it, but like, you don't need 4 hours.
No, they got to pull their socks up, these hotels, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a full 24 hours.
I hear you, sis.
And the buffet.
Stacey.
Stacey,
Good morning.
Sorry.
where do you
Stace.
sit on a hotel
No,
buffet?
no. Let's stick with the baby.
Checkout. What time should checkout be?
I agree. It should be later, and you should be able to enter
Yeah,
the room.
Sing it,
Sing it,
sis.
sis.
Yep.
All right, Stacey, where did you have the baby?
I delivered my beautiful little boy on the toilet at home.
Oh my God, I literally
goodness.
just said, what about those people who go to the toilet?
Now,
and
was
give
this
birth?
first baby?
Second baby,
Because second comes quicker, don't they?
a lot quicker. From first contraction to delivery was under 40 minutes.
Now, without
Did you
giving-
know you knew you were pregnant, obviously? It wasn't one of those.
Absolutely, yes. I was undoubtedly pregnant. Everyone knew I was pregnant.
And so
I
when
was
the baby started coming, were you like, uh-oh?
Look, I actually called the hospital after a couple of contractions because they were very close together. And the nurse was like, this is your second, your first one was 7 hours. Just have a shower, have a cup of tea, come in
Yeah.
after that, you'll be fine.
This happens
So-
to a lot of people. They go and then they go, now go
Oh, we
home
were
and have a
sent
cup of tea. My sister-in-law was like, I don't want a cup of tea. I want this baby out.
Gas!
Now, Stacey, I've done a poo sample where I've had to catch the, how do you go catching a baby? when
Did you
you're on the
use a
toilet?
ice cream container as
like
well?
Clint did.
Well, look, to be honest, when it's happening, your first one, I think you feel that it happens very slowly and you don't have a lot of control. For the second one, I felt like my body was just doing what it needed to do naturally. So I
Yeah.
sort of just went with it. There was nothing I can do. You can't stop this process.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but you don't want the
Was
baby's
anyone
head hitting
home
the
with
bowl.
you, though?
No.
Look, my husband at the time had run out of the bathroom to get the phone to call an ambulance because I said, we're not going to make the hospital. And when he came back in realising that the handset was still in the ensuite, my little boy was born. So I was actually cradling him and he just looked at me and screamed, what have you done? What have you done? And he did a full Kramer and threw himself on the floor and could not believe that I had done this to him. And at that point, I think he went and put himself on the bed because he was going to pass out. And then my amazing father-in-law came in and was like, what the hell's going on here?
And you were
he's
holding the baby.
I'm surprised your partner
Were you
left.
still sitting on the toilet?
I was still sitting on the toilet. I could not move. And honestly, I was just
It's not
aghast
funny.
because I had my white towels and bath mats out. Like, Lauren, you would get this as a woman. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Like, what am I going to do with them?
Nappy Sen.
I love you,
know?
Stacey. How
just one of
useless
those
are men
moments.
sometimes, though? Seriously. Like, you're just dropped a baby out, you've caught it yourself, you're now holding it, and your husband comes in and throws himself on the floor.
I'm
and
surprised
needs to go and
he-
have a lie down.
But I'm surprised he left because last time he left, you had a baby. I wouldn't be leaving you alone again.
Stacey, were you okay?
I actually,
You're
I
more
was,
stressed about the towels.
I was more stressed about the towels and the bath mat, and I was quite calm. And by the time the paramedics arrived, they're like, wow, look what you did. I'm like, yes, but can
You're not the
someone-
first person to tell me that today.
Can someone just get me some clothes,
Was
please?
still sitting on the toilet.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh my
Someone
God.
please give me some
Oh,
Can we get
Stacey,
Stacey
I'm
advice,
give
please?
Stacey
Absolutely.
something.
Caller of the day.
I love you. That is quite a story.
Caller of the day. How about chuck your $200 Kogan voucher? Go on there.
Fantastic.
Treat
Thank you
yourself.
so much.
Good on you, Dale.
That's an amazing story,
love you,
Stacey. God,
Stacey.
women are and mums are just amazing.
Oh, he did a good effort.
What have you done? This is where you say, you did this to me.
Sounds like that ad, you know, when they messed up the cup.
Oh, Mr. Hart, what have you done?
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
Follow them on the socials.